Materiality of the universe. The next idea encountered is the materiality of the universe, as it is taken in the context of the ray of creation. Everything in this universe can be weighed and measured. The Absolute is as material, as weighable and measurable as the moon or as man. If the Absolute is God, then this means that God can be weighed and measured, resolved into component elements, calculated and expressed in the form of a definite formula or expression. However, the concept materiality is as relative as everything else. If we recall how the concept man and all that refers to him, good, evil, truth, falsehood and so on is divided into different categories, man number 1, man number 2 etc., then it should be easy for us to understand that the concept world, and everything that refers to the world is also divided into different categories. The ray of creation establishes 7 planes in the world, 7 worlds, one within the other, so that everything that refers to the world is then also divided into 7 categories, one category within another. The materiality of the Absolute is a materiality or an order, different from the materiality of all worlds. The materiality of all worlds is of an order different from the materiality of all suns. The materiality of all suns is of an order different from the materiality of our sun. The materiality of our sun is of an order different from the materiality of all planets. The materiality of all planets is of an order different from the materiality of the Earth, and the materiality of the Earth is of an order different from the materiality of the Moon. The idea may at first be difficult to grasp because people are accustomed to think that matter is everywhere the same. The whole of physics, of astrophysics, of chemistry, such methods as spectroanalysis and so on, are based upon this assumption. It is true of course that matter is the same, however materiality is different, and different degrees of materiality depend directly upon the qualities and properties of the energy manifested at any given point. Matter or substance necessarily presupposes the existence of force or energy, however this does not mean that a dualistic concept of the world is necessary. The concept of matter and of force are as relative as everything else is. In the Absolute where all is one, matter and force are also one. However, in these circumstances matter and force are not taken as real principles of the world in itself, but as properties or characteristics of the phenomenal world observable by us. To begin a study of the universe, it is adequate to have an elementary idea of matter and energy such as we get through immediate observation, through our organs of sense. The constant is taken as material, as matter, and changes in state of the constant, or of matter, are called manifestations of force or energy. All these changes can be regarded as the result of vibration, or undulatory motions that begin at the center, that is in the Absolute, then go off in all directions, crossing one another, colliding and merging together, until they stop altogether at the end of the ray of creation. From this point of view, therefore, the world consists of vibrations and of matter, or of matter in a state of vibration. Of vibrating matter. The rate or frequency of vibration lies in inverse ratio to the density of matter. In the Absolute, vibrations are the most rapid, and matter the least dense. In the next world, vibrations are slower and matter denser, while farther on matter still more dense, and vibrations correspondingly slower. Matter may be regarded as consisting of atoms. Atoms in this context are taken also as the result of the final division of matter, split atoms. In every order of matter they are simply certain small particles of any given matter that are indivisible only in the given plane. The atoms of the Absolute alone are really indivisible. The atoms of the next plane, that is of world 3, consist of 3 atoms of the Absolute. Or in other words, they are 3 times bigger and 3 times heavier, so their movements are correspondingly slower. The atoms of world 6 consist of 6 atoms of the Absolute merged together as it were, forming one atom. Their movements are correspondingly slower. The atoms of the next world consist of 12 primordial particles, and the next worlds, 24, 48 and 96. The atom of world 96 is of an enormous size compared with the atom of world 1. Its movements are correspondingly slower, and the matter that is made up of such atoms is correspondingly denser. The 7 worlds of the ray of creation represent 7 orders of materiality. The materiality of the moon is different from the materiality of the earth. The materiality of the earth is different from the materiality of the planetary world. The materiality of the planetary world is different from the materiality of the sun and so on. Thus, instead of one concept of matter we have 7 kinds of matter. However, our ordinary concept of materiality embraces only with difficulty the materiality of worlds 96 and 48. The matter of world 24 is much too rarefied to be regarded as matter from the scientific point of view of our physics and chemistry. Such matter is practically hypothetical. The still finer matter of world number 12 has for ordinary investigation no characteristics of materiality at all. All these matters belonging to the various orders of the universe are not separated into layers, but are intermingled, or rather they interpenetrate one another. We can get an idea of similar interpenetration of matters of different densities, from the penetration of one matter by others of different densities known to us. A piece of wood may for instance be saturated with water, then water may in its turn be filled with gas. Exactly the same relation between different kinds of matter may be observed in the whole of the universe. The finer matters permeate the coarser ones. Matter that possesses characteristics of materiality comprehensible to us, is divided into several states according to its density: solid, liquid or gaseous. Further gradations of matter are radiant energy, electrical energy, light, magnetism and so on. However, on every plane, or in every order of materiality, similar relations and divisions of the various states of a given matter may be found. However, as stated, matter of a higher plane is not material at all for the lower planes. All the matter of the world that surrounds us, the food that we eat, the water that we drink, the air that we breathe, the stones and bricks or timbers that our houses are built of, and even our own bodies, everything is permeated by all the matters that exist within the universe. There is no need to study or investigate the sun in order to discover the matter of the solar world. This matter exists in ourselves, and is the result of the division of our atoms. Then in the same manner we have in us the matter of all other worlds. Consider the detection of neutrinos. Neutrino detectors need to be very large in order to detect a significant number of neutrinos. Neutrino detectors are often built underground in order to isolate the detector from cosmic rays and other background radiation. Man is, in the full sense of the term, a miniature universe, and in us are all the matters of which the universe consists. The same forces, the same laws that govern life in the universe, operate within us. Therefore, in studying man we can study the whole world, just as in studying the world we can study man. However, a full parallel between man and the world can only be drawn if we take man in the full sense of the word, that is, a man whose inherent powers are developed. An undeveloped man, a man who has not completed the course of possible evolution, cannot be taken as a complete picture or plan of the universe. He is an unfinished world. As noted, the study of oneself must go hand in hand with the study of the fundamental laws of the universe. The laws are the same everywhere and on all planes. However, the very same laws manifesting themselves in different worlds, that is under different conditions, produce different phenomena. The study of the relation of laws to the planes upon which they are manifested, brings us to the study of relativity. The idea of relativity occupies a very important place in the teaching of the Fourth Way School, and later we shall return to it. However, before anything else it is necessary to understand the relativity of each thing, and of each manifestation according to the place it occupies in the cosmic order. We are on the earth and we depend entirely upon the laws that are operating upon the earth. The earth is a very bad place from the cosmic point of view. It is like the most remote part of northern Siberia, and very far from everywhere. It is cold and life is hard here. Everything that in another place comes either by itself or is easily obtained is here acquired only through hard labor. Everything must be fought for, both in life and in the work. In life, a person might acquire a good legacy from their ancestors, and afterward never have to work again. Such a thing does not happen in this work. All are equal, and all are equally beggars. Returning to the law of three, one must learn to find the manifestations of this law in everything that we do, and in everything that we study. The application of this law in any sphere at once reveals much that is new, much that we did not see before. Take for example chemistry. Ordinary science does not know the law of three, and it studies matter without taking into consideration its cosmic properties. But aside from ordinary chemistry there exists another, a very special chemistry, or if you like, alchemy, that studies matter, taking into consideration its cosmic properties. As previously noted, the cosmic properties for each substance are determined first by its place, and second by the force that is acting through it at any given moment. Even in the same place, the nature of a given substance undergoes great change, dependent upon the force that is being manifested through it. Each substance can be a conductor of any one of three forces, and in accordance with this it can be active, passive or neutralizing. Secondly, it can be neither the first, nor the second, nor the third, if no force is manifesting through it at the given moment. Or if it is taken without relation to the manifestation of forces. In this way every substance appears as it were in four aspects or states. It must be noted, however, that when we speak of matter we do not speak of chemical elements. The special chemistry to which this refers looks upon every substance having a separate function, even the most complex, as an element. In this way only is it possible to study the cosmic properties of matter, because all complex compounds have their own cosmic purpose and significance. From this point of view, an atom of a given substance is the smallest amount of the given substance that retains all of its chemical, physical, and cosmic properties. Consequently, the size of the atom of different substances is not the same, and in some cases an atom may be a particle visible even to the naked eye. The four aspects or states of every substance have definite names. When a substance is the conductor of the first or active force, then it is called carbon, and like the carbon of chemistry, it is designated by the letter C. When a substance is the conductor of the second or passive force, it is called oxygen, and like the oxygen of chemistry, it is designated by the letter O. When a substance is the conductor of the third or neutralizing force, it is called nitrogen. And like the nitrogen of chemistry, it is designated by the letter N. When a substance is taken without relation to the force manifesting itself through it, it is called hydrogen, and like the hydrogen of chemistry, it is designated by the letter H. The active, passive, and the neutralizing forces are designated by the figures 1, 2, and 3, and the substances by the letters C, O, N, and H. These designations need to be understood. The question then arises, do these four elements correspond to the old four alchemical elements of fire, water, air, and earth? They do correspond, however we need to continue to use these letters to symbolize them, the reason for which shall become clearer later. This now explains the relation of 3 to 4 that is shown in the tarot, which is constructed upon the law of 4 principles. We can see how 3 passes into 4, and understand the necessity for this division, as long as the division of force and matter exists for our immediate observation, where 3 refers to force and 4 refers to matter.